Oh my goodness, I can't believe that just happened. All right, hey, this is part two, and I'm just rambling on like crazy, so I do apologize. My alarm turned off my camera. All right, so another little trick. If you see those orange little things down there in the bottom of those buckets, those are called marigolds. Marigolds have this wonderful thing about them. They chase away the tomato bug. And the tomato bug is like this worm-like thing. It's a green hornworm looking thing. And yeah, they don't like the marigolds. So I plant marigolds with my tomatoes. They are great companions. Yeah. So, all right, let's get back to the peppers just really quick. So in the bottom of these buckets is just sand. There's nothing else in them but sand. And then I didn't dig a hole, nothing. I just laid the peppers directly onto the sand, and then I put around them this is the cheapest garbage I think I've ever found in my life, but I'm gonna try it. It's an all-purpose potting soil. It is cheap from the dollar store. One bag of this potting soil is $1. And so I bought that. And the reason I've done this is not only a challenge, but it's also to see if it's possible to garden literally on the cheap. So each one of these pepper plants was $1.99, and I got 10% off that. So they're really cheap pepper plants. They're late in the season kind of thing. They're really big. A lot of people with low income or an income that's not very crazy, like they don't have a whole lot of money, can garden this way. At least this is what I'm thinking. So it just dirt, just sand on the bottom is all I've got, and then we're gonna put those, and then this potting soil is around it, and then we'll just add some cheap Miracle Grow, Monsanto's garbage to them, and water them in, and fertilize them that way, and see if you can do it on the super cheap, and see. I mean, I'm sure I can, and to see. Actually, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use compost tea, but just cheap garden, okay? Cheap garden. And so that's kind of what I'm doing, and it's different. It's weird. It's very strange. And then these are, let's see if I can get this thing to focus on this here. This is the Ancho Tiburon. Yeah, and it likes, full sun and, medium watering. So they like to dry out a little bit. All right, moving on. Woo, focus. All right, I picked up a pony pack here of late flat Dutch cabbage. So I got that. I've got 2 things of cucumbers. These are the Burpless, number 26. I'm not sure anything what that means, but whatever. And then I got this other one. It's a little different of a plant, but I grabbed it because it had no tag, and I just wanted to see. And it was the last one left. It had no tag, and I want to find out what it is. Yeah, it's an experiment. There's 3 plants in there, so it's got to be some sort of cucumber or small melon. At least I'm assuming. All right, moving over here underneath the stairs. All right, I'm going to put some pots in here. So you got the gate, you got this. This is where the thyme is and the oregano. And I'm going to put some pots in here. I'm thinking about a blue barrel eventually. I'll put some pots in here. This is the rhubarb. And then I'm going to leave a space. This is all Babette's idea. She's absolutely amazing. The kids can take their bikes in and out through this space. This has got carrots in it. And then I'm going to run 5-gallon pots all the way along here. And then along the wall, I'm going to run 5-gallon pots. So that gives me about 1.5 to 2 feet of walkway space in here to get to the back part of the garden. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do a whole lot back there, but I'm going to do some gardening. So that's what I got there. I'm thinking about putting some brackets up here for some hanging baskets. It's a thought. I don't know if I will or not. The other idea is to put some pots up there with some cucumbers or something vining that hangs down to kind of block off underneath the space and make it feel a little more closed in. The leeks look like they're doing okay. They're starting to stand back up a little bit. Yesterday was a super hot day. It was like 94 degrees. And still no sign of the corn in the back. There's corn planted in there. They just haven't come up yet. It's okay. It's only like the third day. Jalapeno peppers got a lot of blossoms on. Oh my goodness. And the champion's doing good. And then right down next to the champion, I decided to put in a little marigold there. Oh my gosh, can you hear that? It is garbage day again. So here's looking back at the garden so far. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for sticking around. And y'all have yourselves a fantastic rest of the day. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I want to give a little shout out because, you know, Simon with 50 Shades of Grey, awesome guy. He gave me just this random, unexpected shout out the other day, and it totally blew my mind. I couldn't believe it, but he did. He gave me a huge shout out. So Simon and Adam are on YouTube. If you haven't checked out their channel, it's called 50 Shades of Green, and they are amazing. They have such a beautiful garden. They have taken over the neighbor's garden too, so that both the back and the front yards of their houses have gardens in them, and oh, just gorgeous. Beautiful raised beds in the front, and they just did a video, highly recommend checking out, where Simon put plants in these really awesome looking hanging baskets, which I've got to find because they are so cool. And so anyways, go check out Simon and his wonderful garden there at 50 Shades. And I just have to say thank you so very, very much for the little bit of a shout out there, Simon. It blew me away. I was not expecting it. We're watching your video, and all of a sudden you mentioned my Sir Cracker's garden, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I was taken back. It was awesome. So thank you so much. Just throwing it back at you. And I hope you and your family and your friends have yourselves a fantastic rest of the day. And all to the rest of everybody, thank you so much for watching my channel. I know you didn't really get to see my face this morning, but that's okay. You know, you'll get to see me tomorrow. So anyways, this was part 2 of part 1, 2, whatever, of my garden here. So, all right. You all have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm done with my jabbering, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.